Okay, now we're back. Back with a talk video. Um, I have to redo this one because actually I was only 30 minutes out of Chattanooga when I started the last one, and I was kind of getting to do it, and then my connection started going in and out because we up here in the mountains, and phones tend to do that. So hopefully there's connection. I don't know how much farther we are from Knoxville. I thought I heard a speaker come on, but it don't look like we anywhere. We're still out in this country. But, we kind of just on high land in the mountains. We're not really, don't really see the mountains. Kind of on top of them. But we are at a high altitude. So, but even though this is a talk video, we are still on the road, and I still want to just let you see the sights along the road. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to the front side while I just go ahead and talk about my topic. And what brings me to this topic was 20 miles. Okay, it's at 20 miles from Knoxville, so we're getting closer. It'll be an hour layover over there, but for now I'm just along 75. Kind of only see the middle side. You don't really see much there. I did try to go over and sit on the other side because I can see more, along the side of the road. But the plug outlets don't work over. So, plug outlet works here. I'm seeing some stuff here. I don't know how much. But, anywho, just seeing what's on the road. That's about what you're seeing, some, I guess. But, anywho, what brings me to discuss my topic. Well, as a lot of people do when they coming back from their vacation and going home and getting back to the grind of shit, get back to the bump and grind of everything. Reflect, maybe just reflect on things, and as far as the trip. Even if it was just a visit to my parents, it was still a vacation, going to Florida. But, but still, it's one of the things about vacations. They give you they give you a chance to reflect on things. But this is pretty much a different situation because as I go to Florida and visit, Florida's also a place I want to move to eventually. I eventually want to move where I can be next to the ocean, get a different atmosphere, change of lifestyle, everything, get to do things that, maybe never got a chance to live the lifestyle I had to live, my life. I was down in Florida just looking, when I was just going through Daytona, Port Orange, Orlando, I said, which places would I really want to live? I really like to live in Daytona. I like to live in Orlando or Port Orange. But I really would like to live there, but the only problem I'm having is maybe I need to know some other people that are down there that I can kick it with and shit. I'm not saying I have to have a lot of friends, but it's just there are people down there that I know that live there. People I went to college with, but they were not necessarily my kind. very opposite of my kind. Even though I like them, and maybe I say hello to them, holler at some of them that I did. I mean, we just not on the same page. It never was. Never. I mean, never. I was on the same. Especially now, we are not on the same page. We are totally different. Two different people. We come from two different worlds. We come from two different backgrounds. And to be honest with you, they just don't relate to me whatsoever. I've tried to be nice and treat people the way I want to be treated. And it's hard to even hold a conversation with them. Because, usually when you can't hold a conversation with somebody, they just not your kind. Not your kind. Maybe you can be cool with them, but you just can't, like I said, it's called you don't fit in. You're not, like I said, we're not in the same boat. We're not on the same page. It's not that I don't like some of them. I do have friends that are in sororities, white sororities. I'm not saying all sororities are bad, but it was just the particular ones because, well, I guess I should just, we'll see a sorority, a Greek organization. Each one has their own mission, their own mission, their own, maybe, like I said, their own. I mean, it was a concept that I learned from one of the black fraternities when I was at Moorhead, I just was too blind to understand. I never had done anything so stupid in my life when I was in college. But what I did in college, it was like my beginning of my junior year, I had rushed white sororities. And I just gotta say, it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I'm sitting here asking myself, to this day, why would I even do that? Why would I try to join something, join an organization that consisted of women, particularly those from my high school days that I was often in fights with in school, beefing with. And, a lot of times it wasn't my fault, it was their fault. I was just the type of person, you said something stupid to me, you disrespected me, you talked to me stupid. Oh, I'm going to be stupid with you back. And, well, this is exactly what happened. Dumbass me. I could not figure that out. Maybe it was okay to go to some of the activities they had just to find out what every sorority is like, what each one was like. But to actually try to rush and get in one and hopefully one of them pick you, I should have not even continued. This should not continue. I should know damn well that none of them were gonna get me. There were 6 white sororities at Moorhead. Well, let's just say maybe not all of them ruled me out because there was one, Kappa Deltas. I rushed them during my sophomore year. And I kept asking most of the time during the informationals, during the stuff, get to know the I made a lot of friends from that sorority. So I do, like I said, a lot of my friends that were in sororities back in college and in a white sorority. They were Kappa Deltas, they were KDs. And like I said, they Kappa Deltas was probably, I'd say, the easiest one to get into, because they took, you know, they had a lot of members for one thing. I'd say, like, out of all of them at the school, they had the most members, because they took about anybody. They take you from all walks of life, just as long as you had money to pay your dues, as long as you had money to get stuff for your little, the stuff for this and that, and you had to get what they wanted. You know, it looked like a sorority that wasn't really expensive, but then once you got in there, it turned out to be more than you thought. And I was sitting here trying to figure out, I really liked this sorority. I was like, but I didn't know how to come up with the money for the dues. And the dues, they started them out at $35 a month, plus you had to pay initiation fees. You know, and that comes to hundreds of dollars. And I'd say by the time, I don't know how much I would have had to pay on that sorority. You know, you might want, and you don't know what sometimes they, depending on what sorority you in, they might wind up taking advantage of you during initiation week. You know, when they start hazing and stuff, they might start asking you to pay more money. And see, they might have done that with me. And I remember how much I would have to come up with, and like I said, this girl Amy knew I didn't think I have enough money to get in, so they said, we have, it's like if you have to work just to come up with money to put gas in your car, how are you going to have money to do this stuff in the sorority? How are you going to even have time to commit? Amy kept going on about, how I was part of the BSU, and how I need to do that, and stay there, and all that. Well, I guess when I found out, I complained to the other members about that. She acted like, I need to be at the BSU and not anywhere else. And see, the BSU kind of maybe had something to do, because I was going to Baptist Student Union, was part of it when I was in college. Yeah. And they kind of did not want me to be, they did love the hell out of me. I loved them to death, but they didn't really like the fact, I don't know. I guess they had an idea what kind of life I was coming from, and they was trying to get me to not do some of the stuff I always do, like walk the streets after a certain time at night, hang out on the streets and all that. And, wanted me to be there, make sure I was there every Tuesday, make sure I was there for every single thing. And, say I went to other stuff on the campus. When the campus had a, comedian or somebody come, well, I remember they had some kind of reincarnation guy. See if he was living past lives or something. It might have been entertainment, but it's like at the time I was believing in that reincarnation. And so they kept thinking that, some people at BSU was thinking I wasn't mentally stable to do anything at school except BSU. They didn't want me to do anything else but that. They didn't want me to go to the activities. Ooh, there's a La Rosa's here. Oh, hell no. They got one down here. We're in Knoxville. Okay. But why they got one way down here in Knoxville and they never bring any to Louisville? Man, I'm so tired of eating the dang Domino's, and I'm not eating Papa John's. I'm tired of eating. I am so tired of Domino's right now. I wish they bring my roast is probably a little expensive, but they worth it. They worth it. But I'm telling you what, but it's like, well, see, one of the things, there's other things, it's like, when I was, totally trying to get KD was doing this too. They have the little special, special events they have at Moorhead, like some kind of draft they had to do with the fire truck. Anytime they have something like that going on, your dues go up. They want you to pay more money. You know, they want you to spend, and when you want to make T-shirts, you gotta have T-shirts made and stuff like that. They just don't want you going to Walmart buying any T-shirt just to get a lot made. They want you to spend $50 on that sweatshirt. They weren't going to take anything that you got them. They were just, they didn't understand. Obviously, I guess like I said, that's just sorority life, I guess. Like I said, most sororities, mostly rich girls, rich girls that, got discretionary income and endless amounts of income to spend. And, I guess, like I said, it was embarrassing. But, well, it came the next year when I had to rush again, try to go see if I can get in any of them. Obviously, I went to one of the activities, and I guess Amy had went and said something to some of the other people. Maybe making sure I don't know, she was making sure I didn't get one because she wanted me at BSU. I don't know. I don't know why. She went to BSU herself, but just to sit there and tell somebody that they need to stay at the BSU, like I said. But at the same time, I mean, when I went and got to know some of the other sororities, they just, like I said, we weren't on the same page. And I know at least 3 of them that consisted of members who went to the school that I got kicked out of and got in fights at. They were the type of people I got into with in school. It wouldn't have worked. So, I had embarrassment. I was one of well, this is exactly what happened, It was me and these other girls rushed it. And then, the counselors, we had a rush counselors, too. And they didn't make me feel welcome. So, they, like I said, they weren't obviously part of Kappa Delta. Said Kappa Deltas, they did make me feel a little more welcome even when I went to the activities. It's not like they left me sitting there by myself not talking to nobody. Just all the rest of them did. So, like I said, I just found out that, like I said, they just one for. I'm not saying a sorority one for me. Just we were, like I said, me and them just come from two different worlds. We not on the same page, and it's not what a sorority's about. Sorority is when I started. Like I said, when it just did not work out, I don't want to bring a lot of. I'm kind of on the bus, so I don't want to really make anybody mad. There's a Walmart over there. It's a little Walmart. But basically, it took me a minute. It was a very hurtful situation. They just, to Simon, I was just too nice, too stupid. We didn't have the good attitude that I had when I first started doing it more and that it went back to. When I went to Moorhead, I totally adopted a different attitude because I didn't want to get in the same trouble I did in high school. That was stupid. Always be yourself. Always be you. I've not really been to Knoxville for a minute. But just like when I started, I eventually got to where I started, like I said, hanging around mostly the black students at Moorhead, and they made me feel more at home. I found, basically I got to learn through them what a Greek organization is really about. especially, particularly a fraternity. You know, it's a fraternities, meaning they said bringing like-minded men, bringing men who have share the similar qualities together. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically, maybe that's not just their motto, but it's pretty much most the motto of the rest of them. The rest of sororities. That's what a Greek organization's about. And back then, I just didn't understand that. Yeah, I was young, stupid, naive. Did not understand. There's things I didn't understand in the world. You know, there's things I did understand, and things I didn't. Still didn't. But yeah, I remember, like I said, most of my friends, you know, that are in sororities, they are AKAs, Delta Sigmas, Sigma Gamma Rhos, Zeta Phi's, whatever. What is Zeta Phi? What is there? It's Zeta. It's they're black and blue. Is what color they are. Ooh, these look like the apartments I lived in at one time. Look at those. And these are some apartments. This is a nice little town, Knoxville. But anywho, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying one reason I think I'm glad I just did not join, glad that they didn't want me, is, you know, I would have not turned out the way I did now. But I'm coming to Knoxville.
We're approaching the bus station in Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll be arriving